So Vince or Victor Wembanyama, I butchered that name, Victor Wembanyama. Let me tell y'all something, man. I know it's early. I know it's very early in the season. I know this is how you become better as a professional basketball player in the NBA. So you have to go against, really basically scrimmaging and basically getting, what I'm saying, in professional basketball shape. Now, far as him playing already professionally overseas and things of that nature, let me tell you something. The NBA game is different. Contrary to what everybody want to believe, the NBA is different. I believe, for me personally, is the NBA is a more of a physical game. It's more faster paced game. Some of the rules are a little bit different, and as I stated earlier in one of my videos, is that Victor Wembanyama struggles far as his hands need to be stronger with the ball. I've watched him when he played in his first two games as a Spur in this scrimmaging games, is that he's very weak with his hands with the ball. So it's easy for people to strip him or to strip the ball from out of his hand. And he needs to learn how to get stronger with that fundamental asset that he can develop over time. Now, I've also seen him, he likes staying around the perimeter. When it comes to posting, you have, guys that are guarding him that are much more smaller than him, but they are stronger physically with their legs and with their forearm. So they're able to move him around pretty easily. And he needs to get in a more better, stronger stance. And this is where his physical or the physicality he needs to get stronger at to be able to hold his ground, hold his position, so that way the passer can be able to feel confident enough to pass the ball without them, thinking that he's not holding that position well. So when you look at these things, as I'm watching him and critiquing him, he has a long way to go. And then when you put on top of that he has a target on his back. It's going to be a target on his back because he's coming with all this publicity behind him, coming with all this, positive media behind him. And you got to realize other players are not, typically happy for him, or they're going to take that as a competitive tool for them to be able to go at him at 110%. So he has to get prepared for that. Now, the positive thing out of all this for Victor Wembanyama is that his head coach, Greg Popovich, has just signed a 5-year extension with the Spurs. And that's big. And the reason why that is big for me is because that's, Greg Popovich understands how to develop talent. And he is going to teach Victor Wembanyama how to play the NBA game at a high level, how to get to his sweet spots, how to, dominate in his sweet spots, and how to play the game quarter by quarter, and how to play the game, how defenses is going to be centered around Victor Wembanyama because he's a big threat. Now, his shooting. I'm going to tell you, man, I'm going to keep it real. His shooting is kind of like, damn, like, you know how some people shoot, he has a high arch on his shot. And I know a lot of that probably coming with his height and things of that nature. But he hasn't been shooting the ball pretty well. I have not seen. He has a soft touch, you can tell, but at the same token, man, maybe I don't know if it's his nerves or, the confidence or things of that nature, but his shooting is not fluent. And he has not been shooting the ball good. And I know it's just 2 games into the scrimmage season. I understand, guys. I understand. So don't get on me too hard. I could take it though. But at the end of the day, man, I'm just saying is that I wish he was more physical. I wish he was more determined. And you got to realize, too, I understand he plays team ball. But when you come in as a number 1 pick, I want to see that assassin mindset. I want to see that hunger. I want to see that very competitive, because I haven't seen it yet, where he is going to go hard on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side, I think things going to come quite easily for him because he's so tall. This man has like an 8-foot wingspan, yo. This man has an 8-foot wingspan. So when you have an 8-foot wingspan, your defensive side, you're going to be able to block shots. You're going to be able to, hinder other people from making shots because he's so tall. So that is my analysis of Victor Wembanyama. I wish him the best. The number one thing is for him to stay healthy this NBA season, and he's able to get a lot of games in, because at the end of the day, that's how you're going to get better as a professional basketball player. Stay tuned to the next Royal Vigors video. Talk to you later. So let me add this. Let me add that Victor Wembanyama is a great talent. He has the the sky is not even the limit for this guy, man. So let me compare, like, far as this talk about game 2, because that was my game 1 analysis when I was watching Victor Wembanyama. But my game 2 analysis against Portland, man, you can tell that he has a switch, right? You can tell that he made a conscious effort to get more aggressive on the offensive side of the ball. The guy was 9 for 14 from the field, 64.3 field goal percentage, which is great. He shot 50% from 3, 2 from 4. His free throw percentage was not that good, 58.3. He was 7 from 12. 4 offensive rebounds, 8 defensive rebounds. So he ended up with 27 points. Let me tell you, man, I feel Victor Wembanyama is going to be the rookie of the year. I believe that if he doesn't get the rookie of the year, which I'm probably about 90% sure, I would say that he will get the rookie of the year. Granted, if he doesn't get injured or anything like that. But my other favorite player that I like, and this video is not about him, is Scoot Henderson. I enjoy Scoot Henderson. I believe that Scoot is a great talent. But with that being said, getting back on Victor Wembanyama, he really showed some aggressiveness on the offensive side of the ball, and he really showed that by scoring 27 points, and he made it look easy. When you watch him on the court, it doesn't even look like he's even working hard. It doesn't even look like that he's running hard. It doesn't take him long to get from one end of the court to the other end of the court. This guy is a generational talent. And when you have someone that is 7'5", 7'6", with an 8-foot wingspan, every team would have had loved the opportunity to be able to have a player like that on their team. I must say again, and just stress this, is that I hope that he's able to remain healthy throughout the season, because when the season starts, it is an 82-game grueling season. And you have to make sure that you stay in shape. You have to make sure that you're doing your stretching. You have to make sure that, your bones and your muscles stay strong, because it's going to be a grind, physically and mentally. And when you hear Greg Popovich already knows that it's going to be a target on his back, you got a lot of people who are going to be coming at him physically. They're going to be talking trash to him. But I believe he's going to be able to hold his own. I believe he's going to be able to hold his own. And I believe he has another gear, several gears that he can go to, because the guy's young. The guy may even grow a little bit taller. That's scary, man. That's scary. So just let me know, man. I just wanted to make sure I just put this little video in just to kind of give my audience, a well-rounded analysis, and not just seem like I'm just talking bad about Victor Wembanyama, but just kind of giving some constructive things that I see that he can grow in. But there was a night and day difference from game 1 to game 2. So good job, Victor Wembanyama. Can't wait to see you play in your next game, man. Take care.